Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we take complex corporate filings and unpack them. So you don't have to today, we're diving into a filing from FuboTV Inc. And let's just say it involves a bit of shuffling on the stock board, which can be a big deal for investors. So what exactly is this report all about? Essentially, FuboTV Inc. is telling us about a significant decision made recently. It is called a Form 8K, and it is like a company's way of announcing major events that happen between their regular, more detailed financial reports. Think of it as a special bulletin. The key date here is the 3rd of February 2026. On this day, something important happened that affects the company's stock. Now, FuboTV Incorporated has its class of common stock trading on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol FUBO. This is the stock most people are familiar with. The big news in this filing is about a vote, or rather a consent, on a very specific action. It is about something called a reverse stock split. Here is the headline. Hulu LLC, a major shareholder, gave the green light for FuboTV Incorporated to do a reverse stock split. What does that mean in plain English? Imagine you have 10 shares of stock, and instead, after the split, you'll have one share, but that one share is worth 10 times what your original 10 were worth. The company is basically reducing the number of outstanding shares, and the price per share is supposed to go up proportionally. They can do this at ratios ranging from 1 for -8 to 1 for -12. So if you had 12 shares, they could become 1 share. The board of directors gets to decide the exact ratio within that range and when to do it. They're going to file more information with the SEC, the US Securities and Exchange Commission, and send it out to everyone who owns stock on the 3rd of February. The cool thing is that no further approval from other shareholders is needed. Hulu LLC's consent was enough. Now, this reverse stock split isn't happening tomorrow. The company's board will decide the exact timing, but it won't be anytime soon. It'll be at least 20 days after they send out that information statement to shareholders. This gives everyone a heads up and allows for some planning. Like most corporate filings, this report includes what are called forward-looking statements. These are basically educated guesses or expectations about the future. The company wants to be clear that these are not guarantees. Things like the reverse stock split itself, the exact timing, and the specific ratio are all considered forward-looking until they actually happen. They also put in a standard warning. They're saying that many factors described in detail in their other reports could cause the actual results to be very different from what they're predicting. This is important for investors to understand. Don't just take their future hopes at face value. And finally, the report is signed off by David Gandler, the Chief Executive Officer of FuboTV Incorporated, and dated the 6th of February 2026. So, what is the real story here? FuboTV Incorporated is taking steps to change its stock structure. A reverse stock split is often done for a few reasons, but a common one is to boost the stock price. Sometimes if a stock price gets too low, it can be seen as less desirable by institutional investors, or might even risk being delisted from a major exchange like the New York Stock Exchange. By consolidating shares, they're aiming to make the stock price look more substantial. However, the number of shares shrinks, and for individual shareholders, their total investment value essentially remains the same right after the split, assuming the company's market value doesn't change. The real question is why they feel this is necessary now. It often signals that the company might have been struggling with a low stock price, and they're trying to present a healthier financial image. It is not a magic fix for underlying business problems, but it can be a tool to manage how the stock is perceived and traded. We'll have to watch closely to see how this move impacts their business and investor confidence in the long run. Alright, that is our breakdown of FuboTV Incorporated's latest filing. What is your take on this reverse stock split and what it signals for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.